Welcome to CapEd Makes a Podcast. I'm Asia, and with me today, as always, is SB.
Hello.
Hello. That was quite chipper. I love it. We have a really fun show recording today of Beth Oppenheimer, and I was really happy. We're really pleased to have her on. She's the executive director of the Idaho Association for the Education of Young Children, which is the IDAEYC. And today we are talking a little bit on Week of the Young Child. It's a nationally recognized week to celebrate and promote early childhood education and supporting those families. So that's a really fun interview that we have for you guys. It's always really inspiring to hear people just give back to the community for those education purposes. So, and we are happy to partner with her. CapEd is happy to partner with 80 IDAEYC. That is quite the mouthful. So I'll stop repeating it. Anyway, SB, I am excited today to talk about the Get Give program and give our members an update on the numbers of where we are.
Yes, I'm so excited. So, Get Give, we checked, and we have members have given to schools. So awesome. A little over 220,000. Like, let that sink in. How
It's so much money. That's so awesome.
so much. It's so exciting. Schools are grateful. We're very grateful. Our members are just amazing.
I love that our members can designate not only the school, but the program and even down to the teacher. And, even if they don't want to, or they don't maybe know, maybe they don't have kids in school that they know a specific teacher or a specific program, they can always just donate to that school district, or they can even donate to the We Love Teachers, which goes to programs that local teachers have on Donors Choose. So there's many ways that they can designate that money. And I love that it's their choice of where it goes to. It's such a great program, and I'm always really happy to speak on it.
it it is definitely awesome. And knowing that the our members have given that much to schools, that's also how much our members have gotten. I mean, it's it's definitely changing the way that we view our school funding, because we're at least able to bridge that gap that they might have. It might not be big, but it's a little gap that we're bridging, and that in itself is absolutely awesome. And as usual, it's super easy to be able to donate and set that or get that money to a school. All members have to do is sign up for our high yield checking, which is one of our most popular checking accounts that we have, and meet qualifications, which are super duper simple. I feel like everybody does this already on a regular basis. So that's 12 debit card transactions, e-statements, and direct deposit or ACH. Super simple.
It is really simple. And that particular account has like not the, but one of the highest yielding checking accounts, even in the nation. And so the dividends that are paid on those qualifications are quite high. So it's really worth looking into. It's just, I mean, it's called the Get Give, and it's just also a win-win. So yeah, they definitely need to check that out at on our website. So they just go there and take a look.
And then sign up.
And then sign up. Exactly. All right. We are also talking today. I'm really excited. We wrapped up our 11th annual movie trailer contest. We just had that on our Facebook. It was live. Everybody got to see the top 10 middle school trailers, the top 10 high school trailers. It was so inspiring. It's so much fun to see these kids' creativity, all the things that they come up with. It's just awesome. And we are going to bring in Matt Johnson, and he's our creative director here at CapEd. And he is the one that really organizes that. He puts so much into it, and it wouldn't be what it is without him. So welcome, Matt.
Hello. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Yeah, last night was our award ceremony, which we did virtually. That was a big hurdle, but we cleared it with little to no problems. I say as my voice cracks from the stress that's still in me. No, it was pretty good. I think it was well received. We had pretty high viewership, probably on par with the number of people, maybe a little more than the number of people who would typically attend at the theater.
I love that it was virtual, that there's families that were able to watch it that weren't local. I mean, I know that it was a shift of bringing it, or rather taking it from the theater and putting it on an online platform, but how cool it is for those people to be able to support the families and friends to support those kids that wouldn't have been able to see it otherwise. So it is a good opportunity still.
I was watching it on my way back home.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I watched it too.
Cool. Yeah, so we're pleased that we were able to pull that off and provide that. If you did miss it, it is still available, the entire show. It's a little over an hour long, but if you go to, excuse me, CapEd's YouTube page, it's right there. The live recording is still there. And like I said, I think it's about roughly an hour and 20 minutes long in total. We had an opportunity to show the top 10 middle school, top 10 high school. We announced the top 3 places in both categories, and we actually were able to acquire video responses from the students of the top 3. And those are pretty fun to watch as well. And we also captured an interview with one of our local educators that has been really one of our biggest cheerleaders for the program. She is joined with a student who graduated a couple years ago, Justin Buss. He has the distinction of being the only high school student who has won first place in 2 consecutive years. So really talented young man. He's in college now, working on becoming a professional film director. So, but that's kind of an interesting conversation to check out as well.
I did see that. That was really cool. I love that. Man, twice, like first place 2 years. That's really cool. So that's exciting that clearly, that's his gift and his passion, and that's really neat that CapEd was able to be a part of that. So how fun.
Yeah, we're constantly impressed with how well received this particular event is. It's continued to grow with COVID. As you mentioned, it gave I think a lot of students something to do, something to look forward to in a year where there wasn't as much of that. And we did see a slight uptick in the number of submissions that we received. So I think that's indicative of just the kind of year, the experience that a lot of students have had. We're glad that we could provide an outlet for them.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like the video is still up on Facebook too, so they can go to our Facebook page or YouTube.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, we broadcast on both platforms, so yeah, the video is probably still there on Facebook as well. Yep. So yeah, if you missed it, weren't able to watch it, or didn't watch the whole thing, you can always go back and check that out. On a related note, we're already making plans for next year, the 12th annual, and we already have a deadline date of February 16th, 2022, which seems a really long ways away, but it'll be here before you know it, I'm sure. And so yeah, if you're a student, if you're a teacher, you've heard about this, or you are interested in it, we'll have more information on our subsite that we have dedicated to this event as we get closer to the date. But yeah, the deadline date is already out there, and it's only been it's been less than 24 hours since we awarded the students from this last year. So
I love that we have tips that are now that would have just been exclusively for the children, the kids that had their videos. So I mean, the judges gave really good tips that otherwise wouldn't be available to the public. So I do love that it was on a virtual platform. So the kids next year that want to send in their submissions, it's almost like they have an insider track of being able to hear some of what the judges had to say about this year's competition
mhm.
and, use that to their advantage. So they
Yeah.
can go on and hear it and see, you know, what other the submissions and all of those tips. So they I think they might have an advantage.
I hope so. And this year we're actually committed to, we're going to produce a few videos, kind of coach, just kind of coach students in helping them in understanding what we're looking for to further explain the program itself. And hopefully that's a good resource for both students and teachers as well.
Yeah, that'll be a really great visual for them to see. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on?
oh no, nope. We're looking forward to next year. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, that's too. All right. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for coming on.
All right. I'll
Talk to you
chat with you
later.
guys later. All right. Bye.
Bye. Are super pleased to introduce Beth Oppenheimer, and she is the executive director of the Idaho Association for the Education of Young Children. That's a little bit of a mouthful, but it is IDAEYC. And one of the fun things that they do is a nationally recognized celebration that's called Week of the Young Child. And so, Beth, I want to welcome you to CapEd Makes a Podcast.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
And I wanted to just ask you, what you do for, the early education for the young child. And I was reading, I think if that's correct me if I'm wrong, that this is the 50th anniversary of Week of the Young Child.
I believe so.
Well, it has certainly been going on a very long time and it's nationally recognized. So if you wanted to take a few moments and talk about the program and how that is incorporated here locally, we'd love to hear it.
Absolutely. So Week of the Young Child, we have been hosting this for many years. I don't know if it's been 50, but it's been many years. And it is a nationally recognized event that really is focused on celebrating our youngest children and those who care for and work with our youngest children. So including our childcare providers, of course, our families, preschool programs, anyone who works with and cares for young children. And it's just a time to recognize the efforts that are happening across the state and across the country to ensure that all children have access to high quality early childhood education, whether that's at home, whether that's outside of the home. We just want to make sure that all children have access to programs and services that can help them with their school readiness, with helping them with their social emotional development and other things. And so this year, Week of the Young Child is April 10th through the 17th. And in years past, we typically have a big event in a park or the botanical garden, and we bring together various partners who have activities for young children and their families, lots of resources for families, such as, how to find high quality childcare, where to go to access books and early learning materials and supports for their families. This year, due to last year and this year, due to COVID, we are still hoping to have an event, but it won't be during the week of the young child. We are looking at pushing this out until to September. We will be partnering with the Idaho Botanical Garden, where we will have a lot of activities and resources again for families and young children. However, this year, during the week of Young Child, we're going to do something a little bit different and fun, and we will have virtual activities during that week. Week of the Young Child is every day has its own theme. And so Mondays, we focus on Music Mondays, and that's an opportunity to really engage families and young children in creating music and using music as an opportunity to learn early literacy skills, early math skills, and things like that. There's lots of activities that you can do. For instance, on Music Monday, families and childcare providers and young children, they can make a musical instrument out of a simple toilet paper roll. And if you go to our website, idahoaeyc.org, so, using music together and playing music, it helps with language development. We know that anytime that you can sing songs or things like that with your young child, it really helps with that early literacy. So Monday is focused on Music Monday. And so lots of ideas and activities that you can do with your young child at home that are focused on our website. And then Tuesday is Tasty Tuesday. And Tasty Tuesday, this is a day where young children and families can cook together, experience different foods. One of the things that we know of is if you really engage your young child in helping you cook and make meals and snacks and things like that, this is teaching early math. And so just simply using a measuring cup or a measuring spoon or counting out how many tablespoons of whatever the ingredient is really helps to build those early math skills. So Tasty Tuesday is a fun day. And again, there's lots of activities and you can see some things on our website to engage your young child. And then Wednesday is Work Together Wednesday. And we know that in our early years, it's really important that children and adults learn how to work together. And this really encourages social emotional development. When children are playing with blocks or building a sculpture out of blocks or things like that, they're really learning to work together and play together and learning how to share appropriately and things like that. So Work Together Wednesday, there's some activities that you can be doing to build those social emotional skills within young child. And then on Thursday is entitled Artsy Thursday. And this is just bringing out the creative spirit of young children and families. And, it can be anywhere from coloring a picture of your favorite spring flower or doing anything artsy. And again, these are skills that are incorporated into being artful and creating that creative mind. Using your crayons and your pencils and your paints and things like that. That also helps with early learning and school readiness. And then finally, on Friday, we focus on Family Friday, and we can't say enough how important family is. And just an opportunity to take a break as a family. Everyone is so busy. Everyone's going in a million different directions, but focusing on family on Fridays. And that can be anything from, taking a walk together outside as a family and exploring what you're seeing outside with your young children. It's that, read or sing or talk or move or just share experiences within your family. and focus on that. So there will be several activities happening virtually around Week of the Young Child this year. And again, we will follow up hopefully in September if all goes well, and have the big event in at the Botanical Garden, who's been such a wonderful partner in this whole effort.
Yeah, they have such a beautiful place, and I know that it's been there in the summer in the years past, or actually the spring. So it'll be nice to bring that back.
Mhm.
Um, Regarding the Week of the Young Child, I see that you guys have links that people can register for some virtual events. So if they just go to your page, the idahoaeyc.org, there's a tab there that people can check out Week of the Young Child and have all of those activities. And
Mhm.
I think that people forget that day-to-day life, they're just learning through play, but it's just a way to integrate rather, those daily activities. So I really love how it's broke down, and there's videos and links to make that musical instrument, or even register for that family day. Looks like there's something going on at the library. So
Mhm.
that's I really love that there's at least something going on during the week, and then we'll just save the bigger celebration for the end of summer. So I'm sure people are really looking forward to that, as well as you guys are.
Sure. And please, we're going to be adding more things over the next few days, few weeks, that you can participate, that people can participate all over. And you mentioned the, everyday activities. That is really important to us. I think so often we think of early childhood education as a place where children go and learn. But the reality is that early childhood education, children are learning everywhere, whatever environment they are in. And it really does start in our very younger years. Children don't start just learning at 3 years old when they are preschool aged. Children really start learning at birth. And so simply connecting with your young child and reading a book. Some people think, why would I read to an infant? It is really important to read to an infant, because that's when even infants are, they're exploring what they're seeing. They're hearing things at that young age. And so it really is everyday activities that you can do. And we like to say, especially with our Ready for Kindergarten program, which we are so thankful for the support of CapEd in our Ready for Kindergarten program. And we like to say that we help parents and caregivers learn to play with purpose with their young children. So again, it's just everyday activities, whether you're cooking together, whether you're listening to some music together and having a little dance party, or taking a walk on the green belt or on the trails around the state, and pointing things out, and just having that back and forth conversation. Children learn a lot from conversation with adults, and that is very important. So play with purpose with your children. And you might think that, making a batch of cookies after school really just satisfies your tummies, but it really is helping with those early math skills and early language skills.
Yeah, I love those reminders. I think that, sometimes exactly like what you said, like, oh, babies, they're not really paying that much attention, but they certainly are absorbing it. And I really love that reminder, as well as they get a little bit older in that preschool age. So that's a
Mhm.
lot of fun. Those are all fun ages too. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And just taking the time to kind of step back and engage in those, be present at the moment, be present in the moment, and talking with your young children. So
yeah, those are always great reminders for everybody and every moment, actually.
uh-huh. At every
Um,
age too.
yeah, it's true. Will these also be posted? Do you guys have, will they be also posted on social media? I know it's on your website, but for some of our members, is there another way that they can take a look?
Absolutely, we do. We are very active on social media. On Facebook, you can find us at Idaho AEYC. We also have an Instagram account as well as a Twitter account. Most of the activities will be shared via our Facebook page. And so if you're not following us on Facebook, please look for us and follow that. And we're starting to promote some of these activities now, but we, like I said, over the next couple of weeks, we will be really promoting all the opportunities and resources and events that are happening.
Well, I appreciate you coming today and sharing all of those things. I certainly wanted to give you, pardon me, a moment to follow up with anything else that you wanted to share.
I think that, it's just important to recognize that early childhood development is really about, it's not a place, it's an age. And really, as now more than ever, it's just really important to take that time and have those great, wonderful, positive interactions with your children. And every family has, different needs and different ways of playing with their young children, and just good reminders to take a step back and during Week of the Young Child really focus on that family time and supporting our young children. We know that every interaction that happens with our young children really does impact their healthy growth and development, and helps to prepare for school and for all of our families.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, I know here at CapEd, we are always happy to support educators and to be partnering with you and helping to facilitate that throughout the Valley. So I appreciate you coming
Sure.
today. Thank you for taking the time.
Of course, and so many thanks to CapEd. I'm one of the biggest fans of CapEd and all of the supports that you give to educators and families and everyone who is working with and caring for young children. CapEd is certainly at the top of the list when it comes to the supports that you provide. Idaho AYC and CapEd have been partnering for many years, and it's just such a wonderful partnership. And we honestly cannot thank you enough for everything that you do for our educators throughout the state.
Yeah, well, we're happy to be a part of it. Thank you so much, Beth.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks so
All
much.
right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
For more information on our Get Give program and our commercial lending products and services, please check out our website at capedcu.com. Share accounts are insured by NCUA.